Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Lizzie Murphy, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you all about stuttering. So, if you all read my blog post last Sunday, I talked to you all a little bit about stuttering, so I'll leave a link down to that blog post down below for you all. If you want to read that to kind of prepare you for what I'm talking about in today's video, then read that and come back. So, yeah, this is totally unscripted. I normally at least think about what I'm going to say, and I didn't this time, so it's kind of, unscripted, unplanned whatsoever, like not even an idea of what I'm going to talk about. So, anyway, so, most of you who know, I am now 20 years old, and I have started since I was 3, and it was bad back then, but over the years it's just progressively gotten worse and worse. Here recently, knock on wood, I have not been stuttering that bad, and I just totally jinxed it. Anyway, but yeah, for some reason I just haven't had any of my bad days with my stuttering, so I'm really glad about that. But yeah, it's just kind of weird because us stutterers, we have good days, we have bad days. My bad days consist of me not even talking to anybody, me texting people. Even if the person's in the same room with me, I don't talk, I just text. But when it's my good days, I am, talking nonstop. I am, enjoying the fact that I am having one of my good days. And sometimes I think, I get on people's nerves because I'm talking so much, But, it's because I can't. I can't talk with little to no stuttering issues. So that is what's really good about that. Oh, by the way, I talked about someone making fun of my stuttering. I'll leave a link up in the cards for you all. That video has gone about, last time I checked, to somewhere around 700 views. It could be more, who knows. But thank you all so much to everybody who responded to that and, just trying to uplift me. Thank you. I mean, that did. Trust me, it did. But yeah, a lot of you actually wanted me to talk about stuttering. So if you all want more videos or more podcasts in the future talking about stuttering, let me know. But yeah, stuttering. Okay. Imagine you going underwater and you holding your breath for a long time. The longest that you trying to do the contest thing, we're like, okay, let's see how long I can hold my breath. Okay, go, and then you go. And then you were gasping, trying to hold out as long as you can, and your throat starts to burn. Then finally you come up and you just start breathing out shallow breaths. You're panting so bad. That is basically how stuttering feels. That is the closest interpretation of stuttering that I can think of to non-stutterers, to try to make them see how difficult it is. See, in the blog post, I mentioned 3 things that stutterers that it affects them, and how. The block is in these 3 instances I'm going to be talking to you all about. I will do them, and most of the time it's just me pretending to do it, but sometimes it may not be. But anyway, a block is where, okay, I'm talking to you about, oh yeah, I just played this really great game, and I played it for 17 hours, it was so good. But that is what a block is, and I don't know if you all heard it, I don't know if I was close enough to the mic, but I did make slight noise, but even in a block, you don't make any noise at all. You don't make noise. You don't breathe. Nothing is going in or out of your mouth. You're just like trying to get the word out. And only thing in my mind when I have that is that I need to get it out. I need to just do something to make myself do it. And this is just for me. This is just how I feel every time I stutter and my experiences with stuttering. And every time I try to get a word out, I have to either slam my hand down on something or stomp my foot. It's like a force that like pushes the word out. See, I can't really think of it any other way. And a block can last up to 45 seconds to a minute. And if, just said, nothing is going in or out, no air at all. And I can't even do it through my nose. But if I focus on my breathing, then I start to do it through my nose. But, sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. I have to think about my breathing. And if I don't, which most of the time I don't, I'm thinking about my stuttering and I can't get the word out. But I do have to slam my hand down or stomp my foot. And, as stutterers, we may have a look on our face that is weird. And I'm so glad I grew out of this. It was just recently, just within the past couple of months, that for some reason I would try to get a word out and I would start doing this. And my head would kind of do a little bobbing thing and keep going back. And I don't know why. I mean, that was new to me. I'd never done that before. I'm so thankful that for some reason I was adapted out of it, I guess. Because that would have drove me crazy. But the second thing is stuttering. It has hesitation, which that right there was real. The H's, L's, ST together, K's, ins, they're saying 9. Those are all the ones that I can think of off the top of my head. And I hate this because I'll get to the hesitation in a second. I hate it because, you'll say, oh, well, I'm a stutterer. And then, and then 2 seconds later, you say a word that you just said 2 seconds ago. Like, or that, or anything, or any word like that. And then you say, oh no, I think it was 2 years ago that I was oh, well, I swam, I'm not good at coming up with stories at the top of my head. I know that's wrong because I'm a writer, but still. But with saying a word just 2 seconds ago, I'm fine with saying it. 2 seconds passes, and I can't say the word. I don't know why, I just can't do it. And I have no idea why, and I've noticed that if I stop and really slow down and just think about what I'm saying, not about my stuttering, but think about what I'm saying, my stuttering seems to go away. But, this is bad, but I'm a fast talker. And that kind of goes against stuttering. It kind of creates a battle within the two. But I have tried this, and me being able to slow down my speech and think about what I'm saying, I don't stutter, and it's weird. Another thing that's weird is that if I'm talking to a camera, right now, I'm alone. In this room, I'm totally alone, talking to a camera, and I'm fine. If I'm talking to my dog or one of my cats, I'm fine. I don't stutter. If I'm talking to a person, I stutter as heck. Don't know why. Don't know what the heck's going on. I don't know. It's just always been like that. And for most of you who know me, I am also a Twitch streamer. Just now, I just finished streaming Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I just finished streaming some of that game. So, And I do stutter sometimes, but even when I'm streaming. But for some reason, my stuttering goes away a lot when I'm streaming because I forget that there are people watching me. And I'm just sitting here playing a game and talking to a camera. I mean, it's nothing, it's weird. I know it sounds weird, but then people start talking to me and I'm like, oh, wait, people are watching me. And then I start getting like a little flustered and okay. And like in a game that I played like a month ago, it was Sherlock Holmes, the Devil's Daughter. And in that game, you read a lot of like notes from people and stuff like that. And I was doing fine. Through some parts, I had stuttering problems, but for the most part, I was fine. And I was reading out loud. And even if I read out loud, I cannot do it without stuttering. I've tried. But when I'm reading to myself, I'm fine. I don't stutter, It's weird. But back to the hesitation. If you saw right there, off camera, kind of hurt my hand. I had to slam my hand down. Ouch. Normally, when I do these videos, I edit out my stuttering to save time and to save me embarrassment. But when I'm actually talking about stuttering, I don't edit out the stuttering in my videos because I want you all to actually see it and how it affects me. And you all saw the look on my face when I did this. When I did that right there, was, my eyes closed and my mouth opens up. I have no control over my face when I start stuttering. No idea why, but back to the hesitation. That right there, what I just did, what y'all saw me do, is that. I am getting air out, but I can't get air in because I'm saying the word. It's just drawn out. And I can't. It's bad that I'm doing that because air is going out of me that I don't have. So, it's really bad that if I I run upstairs and I'm kind of out of breath and then I talk to somebody in the house and then I stutter and I hesitate and, I'm like, so finally I just stop talking and I lean over and I even say, okay, running upstairs and then stuttering, I can't do that. I have to wait for what I'm going to say and give it a couple, give it like a minute or two. It's bad. And there have been times when I wanted to say something, but I didn't because I didn't feel like going through the stuttering. I was just tired. When you've been doing it for as long as I have, you just start to, get tired of always having to battle every time you open your mouth. And it's really bad. There have been times when I'm talking and, when I start to hesitate on a word and I'll draw it out for 10 seconds and finally I'll just stop and say, I'm done. I'm done. But most of the time my family will tell me to, they will say the word that I was trying to say for me. And then I'll continue saying my story. I cannot tell you how many times I've done that. Let me do this for you. I am scared. Not really scared. I just don't want to do it. Every single time I'm asked to call so-and-so. It could be anybody. Really. Anybody. And even if it's my family, I do not like calling people on the phone. I prefer texting over talking to someone actually on the phone. And I just hate it so much. Okay, another one. Imagine getting a drink that is easier for you to say than getting the one that you actually want. But that happened to me not that, 2 weeks ago. I forgot that it was a drink that I didn't really want until the end of the meal. We were 10 minutes away from getting up and going. I'm like, oh. I can't tell you how many times I have to have either my mom or my sister there at the restaurant to help me order my food. Because I don't want to, be embarrassed. Don't want the server waiting so long for me to get through speaking. And I just don't want to be embarrassed and have, and do that. I mean, I've been doing this for over 10 years and I'm still getting embarrassed by it. So, public speaking, not my specialty. Some of you may know I started an ASL class with my mom and my sister 4 weeks ago. And at our first class, they said that they wanted everybody to speak up and say why they were taking the class and why did they want to learn ASL, American Sign Language. And my mom, my sister, and me being the last three that is picked, and it started going down the line. And when they said that, I said it loud enough for my mom to hear, but no one else. I just said, oh God. Because instantly, thoughts start going through my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck am I going to do? What the heck am I going to say? What? And my heart started instantly pounding in my ears. And like, I even went like this. And I'm like, I'm not even joking. I felt it on my hand. It was beating so fast. And I have done that with just walking into a sandwich shop, ordering something, and going out. I got that. And, just by saying, oh, I want a number 11 with a drink, just by saying that, just by walking in there, I get my heart pounding and stuff like that. But anyway, back to that story. They started going down the line, and it started getting closer and closer and closer to me. And I'm not even joking with you. When it was at the last person next to me, I actually thought I was going to faint. I actually thought I was going to pass out. And finally, I kind of stalled for a second. Then I answered. And I didn't stutter. Then, luckily, I don't know how the heck I did. I had to not look at the people. And the second I did, I saw everybody staring at me. And instantly, inside, I just went, shoot. And I could tell, so I closed my eyes and I kept talking. I'm sure nobody there knows that I do stutter. But, it can get really bad. I know I said all this on the blog post, but, oh wow, 19 minutes. This is a long video. This is the longest video I've ever done. But yeah, guys, I honestly don't know what else to say about stuttering. I mean, I can't even say my name without, actually, I just can't. I do use a pen name on my author stuff. Lizzie is not my real name. To an extent. I should say, to an extent, Lizzie is not my real name. My middle name is Elizabeth, and we just shortened it to Lizzie. So that's, the first name of my pen name. But I can't tell you that my name does start with a K, and as I told you, K's are really bad for me just because of my name. And I can't say K's when I'm trying to say my name, and if I do, it comes out with an H sound instead of a K. And so anytime that we are out anywhere, like church, parties, anywhere, like that, I have to stay near either my sister or my mom because I can't say my name. And if someone, asked me my name, I am 100% sure that I would stutter as heck, and they would think that my name started with an H instead of a K, because I had that happen to me once. But my sister and my mom can know when I need help saying something just by my body language or the look of my face, or just by doing this. That means help in sign language. So, if I do that, then, they know that I need help. Yeah, but there are a lot of people who stutter in this world. I looked it up for my blog post. It was 70 million people in this world stutters. That's a lot of people. Some famous people who stutter are Steve Harvey from Family Feud and his own talk show and stuff like that. Y'all probably didn't know that because, he doesn't sound like he stutters. James Earl Jones, the voices of Darth Vader and Mufasa. He stutters as well. Emily Blunt. She stutters as well. King George the Sixth, I'm pretty sure it was him. And Moses from the Bible. They all stutter. They all stutter and they all have stuttered. And, I look up to all these people who I just mentioned, because if they can, go on TV and do all this stuff that is the main requirement of their job is speaking, then, who knows? Who knows what's in store for me? Yeah, I think that's all I have for you today, guys. I honestly don't know what else to say about stuttering. I honestly do not know, because I can't tell you how it is to actually be the stutterer and feel all this, anxiety and fear and embarrassment that I feel on a daily basis. This was a hard video to film. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope you guys will be able to join me in my next video next Saturday, which is all the books that I've read this year. Okay, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you all next Saturday. I post new podcasts every Friday and new videos every Saturday. I hope you guys will be able to join me for next week's video.